Beloved brothers and sisters united by faith in Christ, the silence we have kept until this moment has just been broken by something truly sacred. After months of profound absence, the Virgin Mary has once again raised her voice in Medjugorje, a place that serves as a refuge for millions of hopeful souls. But this time the tone is not one of gentle comfort or serene invitation. What resonates now is a severe ultimatum, a decisive warning of overwhelming urgency. For an unprecedented revelation has just been delivered to humanity, and it is not intended for those who close themselves off in the illusion of earthly peace. This call is for you who feel that the gears of the world have shifted, for you who perceive a strange agitation in your own spirit and sense the shadow of an approaching storm as chaos spreads unchecked. I do not bring these words to sow panic, but because the Queen of Heaven has spoken and wishes you to face the naked truth about the abyss that is opening up and learn to shield your soul before it is too late. What follows carries the weight of defining destiny between the light of salvation and the darkness of eternal fall. For we are faced with the most impactful revelation of Medjugorje since the awakening of the first apparitions. The Virgin warned us that there are times when signs cease to be mere coincidences and war furiously knocks at the doors of temples. Moments when the ground cracks and the fire from the bowels of the world awakens because humanity has lost the notion of eternity. What we see today in the East are not isolated events, but the tolling of celestial bells echoing a final warning, while the roar of weapons in Ukraine refuses to be silenced and the nuclear specter ceases to be fiction to become a real possibility. In the Middle East, the rope stretches to the limit between Israel, Iran, and Hezbollah in a clash that seems irreversible, like sharp blades hovering over the neck of humanity. Nature itself is in agony, with a frightening 340% increase in the number of major earthquakes in the last 18 months, proving that even the most peaceful places now tremble under the force of violent tremors. In Mexico, the giant Popocatépetl awakens with columns of ash that not only cut across the sky but symbolize the state of souls consumed by the forgetting of God. However, the deepest wound does not come from volcanoes, but from the ice that has taken hold of the human heart, with multitudes abandoning faith in Spain and young people in Argentina turning their backs on the Creator in an unprecedented spiritual exodus. This inner void has created a desert that now burns in flames, destroying families, dishonoring what is sacred, and causing man to lose the fear of losing his own soul. Our Blessed Mother raises her voice in this chaos not to condemn us to fear, but to implore our return before time runs out. For divine silence is only broken when humanity walks on the edge of the precipice. On January 15, 2026, the visionary Mirjana, accustomed to celestial visions, could not bear the weight of what she saw and collapsed in tears amidst her prayers, not for herself, but for the pain and overwhelming reality of the message she received. The atmosphere was filled with absolute silence and looks of anguish, for if a woman of unwavering faith succumbed to what she heard, what is to come has an indescribable magnitude. Father Peter, moved by urgent prudence, immediately summoned the church authorities because it is no longer a matter of nebulous visions, but the confirmation that the prophecies have reached their point of maturity. What was planted that night now reveals itself to you as the beginning of 3 inevitable waves of purification that will sweep the face of the earth. In the first of these waves, which is already manifesting itself in a disturbing silence, fire will descend from the heights, the oceans will become sources of terror, and nations will clash in a bloodbath driven by the irrational madness of men. Nothing is a coincidence when the pieces of the world chessboard collapse upon one another like burning stones. And even before the world recovers, a second, even more violent wave will form, where the earth will not only vibrate but will open into deep fissures, ancient mountains will awaken, and climatic phenomena will transform into tools of divine correction. Scientists are already observing movements in Popocatépetl that defy all known laws of physics, as if the planet itself were writhing in pain before the ingratitude of its inhabitants. My beloved children, I speak to you with a mother's heart that watches over, that silently observes the world's sorrows and that does not turn away from any of you, even when everything seems dark. Faced with the evil that rises, do not allow fear to find a dwelling place in your hearts. Evil feeds on confusion, haste, turning away from God, and loss of hope. That is why I tell you, pray, my children, not as those who fulfill an empty duty, but like one seeking shelter, strength, and clarity for the soul. Do not let the wickedness of the world enter your life, nor your thoughts, nor your home. Many doors open every day to disorder, violence, hatred, and lies, and many, without realizing it, allow these shadows to sit at their family tables. Watch, my children. Take care of what you listen to, what you watch, what you allow to shape your heart. A careless heart becomes fragile. A heart surrendered to God becomes firm as a rock. I see the world agitated, wounded, taken over by conflicts, disasters, and anxieties that spread like waves. Many feel, deep down, as if something terrible is approaching, as if peace is becoming ever more distant. But I tell you, when everything around trembles, it is because the time has come to deepen the roots in faith. The storm does not destroy the tree that is well-rooted. So too is your life when you remain united to my Son. Do not become accustomed to chaos, nor accept violence as something normal. Evil is strengthened when the good are silent, when they lose their sensitivity, when they cease to fight inwardly. Every act of love, every choice for good, every gesture of forgiveness is a light lit in the midst of darkness. Do not think that you are too small or too weak. A faithful heart is worth more than many empty speeches. My children, protect your families, your homes, your souls. May your homes be places of peace, dialogue, respect, and the presence of God. Where there is prayer, evil does not remain. Where there is humility, lies do not take root. Where there is faith, despair does not win. Do not walk as one who walks without direction. The world offers many easy paths that lead to the loss of the soul. I call you to be firm, not to compromise the truth, not to allow the corruption of the world to extinguish the light that God has placed in you. Even if many turn away, even if you are few, remain faithful. I am with you, my children. I have never left you and I never will. In moments of anguish, when your heart aches and hope seems distant, remember, heaven does not sleep, God does not abandon his own, and no darkness is greater than the light that comes from him. Remain steadfast, pray, trust, and do not allow evil to rule your life. My motherly love surrounds you and guides you. Even on days when the world seems to lose its way, I see you when the world weighs on your shoulders, when the news wounds your soul, when violence, chaos, and disasters seem to announce ever darker days. None of this is hidden from me. Every tear, every weary sigh, every night when your heart finds no rest, all reaches me. Faced with the evil that spreads, I ask you not to harden your hearts nor allow fear to rule you. Evil seeks to confuse, divide, weaken, and cause you to distance yourselves from God and from one another. It often presents itself disguised as something normal, acceptable, inevitable. Therefore, my children, be vigilant. Not everything the world calls progress leads to life. Not everything that seems like freedom truly liberates. Many souls are lost not because of great falls, but because of small concessions made day after day. Pray, my children, because prayer sustains the soul when everything around crumbles. Pray so that the evil of the world does not find space in your inner life. A heart that prays learns to discern, learns to silence the external noise and to listen to the gentle voice of God. When you stop praying, the world begins to speak louder within you, and its voice almost always leads to restlessness, revolt, and emptiness. I see homes being attacked by disunity, indifference, and the absence of true love. I see wounded families, distant hearts, harsh words being hurled as weapons. My children, protect your homes. Do not let the evil of the world sit at the table of your families. Be careful what enters your home, not only through the doors, but also through your eyes, ears, and thoughts. Evil enters slowly when vigilance is lost, when faith becomes fragile, and when God no longer occupies first place. The world is full of chaos, and many feel as if something terrible is approaching. Wars, disasters, hatred among brothers, contempt for life and truth are multiplying. All this deeply wounds the heart of God. But I tell you, my children, these times demand steadfast souls, not desperate hearts. Heaven calls his children to spiritual maturity, to responsibility, to the courage to remain in good even when evil seems to triumph. Do not let yourselves be carried away by despair. Evil makes a lot of noise, but it does not have the last word. It displays itself to cause fear, to paralyze, to make you believe that all is lost. Do not believe this lie. God continues to act, even when you do not perceive him. Often, he works in silence, forming strong souls, purifying hearts, preparing victories you cannot yet see. My children, be stronger inwardly. Do not seek only external solutions to problems that are born in the spirit. A weak heart is led astray by hatred, revenge, and despair. A heart strengthened in God remains serene even in the midst of the storm. Learn to resist evil, beginning with yourselves, combating pride, impatience, lack of love, and indifference. The true battle begins within the human heart. Do not follow the crowd when it strays from the truth. Many walk along wide paths that seem easy, but lead to the loss of the soul. Do not be afraid to be different, to be faithful, to be firm. Fidelity to God has always demanded courage. The world may ridicule you, it may reject you, but it can never steal the peace that springs from a righteous conscience. My children, rise up spiritually. Do not live as if everything were merely material and fleeting. Your life has a greater meaning, a mission that goes beyond what the eyes see. Every suffering lived with faith bears eternal fruit. Every choice for good, even when it costs, builds something that evil cannot destroy. When you feel weak, remember that you do not walk alone. I am with you, sustaining you, interceding for you, always leading you closer to the heart of God. Even in the darkest days, even when the world seems on the brink of the abyss, do not stray from faith. It is precisely in these moments that it becomes most necessary. Remain steadfast, my children. Guard your souls, protect your hearts, and do not allow the wickedness of the world to dictate the course of your lives. Choose good, choose truth, choose God every day. Heaven accompanies you, sustains you, and does not abandon you. My motherly love remains upon you, calling you to hope, perseverance, and trust, even when everything seems uncertain. My beloved children, come to me. Draw near with confidence, not as one who flees, but as one who seeks refuge in love that never fails. I call upon you because I know the weight you carry in your souls, and I see how many can no longer walk alone. Do not be afraid to approach, for no child is rejected when they come with a sincere heart. Know, my children, that Saint Michael protects you from all evil that may arise. He remains vigilant, fighting the forces that try to weaken you, confuse you, and lead you astray from the path of truth. When you feel oppression, when discouragement visits you, when courage seems to fail, remember that heaven is not far away. There is an invisible struggle, and in it you are not helpless. I ask you to be stronger, not in hardness of heart, but in the firmness of faith. You already perceive how faith is being lost in many places, as if it were being exchanged for empty promises, for ideologies that do not save, for easy paths that do not lead to life. Many no longer trust in God, no longer believe in the power of good, and so chaos finds room to grow. The world plunges into confusion, and destruction spreads not only in cities and nations, but also within souls. I see tired, wounded hearts, empty of hope. I see homes where love has grown cold, where the presence of God has been gradually forgotten. All this generates pain, division, and darkness. But I tell you, my children, there is still time to return. There is still time to strengthen what is weakened. Do not allow the noise of the world to drown out the voice of God within you. Evil shouts, threatens, frightens, but the voice of heaven speaks in silence, in conscience, in the recollection of the heart. Whoever does not stop to listen ends up getting lost in the confusion. Therefore, I call you to stop, to reflect, to care for the inner life that so many have neglected. Be vigilant, my children. Evil does not always present itself clearly. Often it disguises itself as normality, as progress, as limitless pleasure. Thus, faith is slowly eroded, until many no longer realize how far they have strayed. Do not let this happen to you. Guard your soul as a precious treasure. When chaos seems greater than your strength, do not give in to despair. Despair does not come from God. It is born when man forgets that there is a heaven that governs, protects, and sustains. Even amidst destruction, God remains God, and his mercy has not been withdrawn from the world. My children, be light where there is darkness. Do not imitate the violence, hatred, and coldness you see around you. Respond to evil with inner firmness, with truth, and with love. A faithful heart is capable of containing the spread of darkness more than you imagine. Every soul that remains steadfast becomes a wall against destruction. Come to me, my children, when you feel your faith is weak, when fear tries to dominate you. I walk with you, I guide you, and I always present you to the heart of God. Do not turn away, do not surrender, do not allow chaos to define who you are. Be strong, be persevering, be faithful. Heaven fights for you, and even in the most difficult times, hope will not be taken from you. Draw near like weary children who need comfort. For I know you by name, and I know all that you carry in silence. Nothing you experience is strange to me. I see your hidden battles, your doubts, your tears that no one sees. Come to me, for my mother's heart remains open, even when the world closes its doors to you. I tell you, my children, Saint Michael protects you from all evil that may arise. He fights what you do not see, what tries to infiltrate your lives to weaken faith, destroy hope, and steal peace. Many times you think that weariness, confusion, and fear are merely human, but there is a silent struggle that takes place daily around every soul. Therefore, be vigilant. Heaven does not abandon you, but expects that you also will not abandon your faith. Be stronger, my children. Not a strength that humiliates or oppresses, but an inner strength, silent and faithful. Have you noticed how faith is being lost, how many no longer believe, no longer trust, no longer hope? Faith has been exchanged for false certainties, for empty promises, for paths that seem easy but lead to emptiness. Thus, the human heart becomes fragile, and chaos finds room to grow. The world is living through times of confusion and destruction. Not just visible destruction, but a deeper destruction that corrodes the soul, that distances man from God and sets him against his own brother. I see love growing cold, truth being relativized, good being treated as weakness. I see families divided, young people lost, hearts hardened. All this generates a climate of unease, as if something heavy were always about to happen. My children, do not become accustomed to this chaos. Do not accept disorder as something normal. When evil repeats itself many times, it tries to seem common, acceptable, inevitable. But it is not. The heart that remains united to God recognizes the error, feels the unease, and does not become complacent. Do not allow your conscience to be silenced by the noise of the world. Come to me when you feel your faith is weak. Come when prayer seems difficult, when hope seems distant. Do not turn away precisely when you most need strength. Many turn away because they feel unworthy, tired, or disappointed. But I tell you, it is in weakness that the heart should draw near, not hide. Protect your inner life, my children. Take care of what nourishes your soul. Not everything the world offers will do you good. There are words that wound, images that corrupt, ideas that confuse, and choices that gradually distance you from God. Evil rarely presents itself scandalously. It prefers to enter slowly, when vigilance is lost and faith becomes superficial. Be firm, even if it costs you misunderstanding. Do not follow the crowd when it strays from the truth. Fidelity has always demanded courage. The world may mock, despise, or try to seduce, but it cannot offer what only God can give: true peace, profound meaning, and hope that never fades. When you feel that while everything around you is crumbling, remember that heaven remains standing. God has not lost control of history. Even when you do not understand the events, even when destruction seems to advance, there is a greater design that your eyes cannot reach. Faith does not eliminate pain, but it gives meaning to it and prevents despair from dominating you. My children, do not let fear govern your lives. Fear paralyzes, confuses, and distances you from trust in God. Trust, on the contrary, strengthens, illuminates, and sustains. Choose to trust, even when you do not see the complete path. Each step taken with faith brings you closer to the light, even if the road seems dark. I walk with you. I sustain you when you stumble. I lift you up when you fall. I intercede for you when you no longer have words. Do not abandon yourselves to discouragement, nor allow the destruction of the world to destroy your hope as well. There is a calling for each of you, to be light in the midst of darkness, to be steadfast in times of instability, to be faithful when many give up. Come to me, my children. Remain close. Strengthen your faith. Guard your hearts, and do not allow chaos to define who you are. Evil will not overcome those who remain united with God. Heaven is with you. Saint Michael protects you, and my motherly love surrounds you, guiding you with patience and tenderness. Even on days when everything seems uncertain, prayer is not an empty habit, nor merely repeated words. It is the thread that keeps you united to God when everything around you tries to separate you from Him. Pray, my children, because only a praying heart remains vigilant and is not deceived by the darkness that advances silently. In Medjugorje, I have been warning, calling, and insisting with love for so long, because I see what many do not want to see. I do not speak to cause fear, but to awaken. The evil that approaches does not come only with visible wars or material destruction. It comes, above all, to destroy faith, confuse minds, harden hearts, and distance the children of God. When faith weakens, man becomes vulnerable, and thus evil finds fertile ground to act. My children, how many times have I called you to sincere conversion, to a return to God, to a change of life? How many times have I asked you to pray with your hearts, to fast, to seek peace, to forgive? Many listened, but many also ignored, distracted by the empty promises of the world. Time passes, and the human heart becomes accustomed to error, violence, and lies, as if everything were normal. This deeply wounds the heart of God. Evil desires to destroy you, beginning from within. It wants to steal hope, extinguish faith, make you believe that God no longer acts, that heaven is distant, that prayer has no power. Do not accept this lie. When a child prays sincerely, all of heaven moves. When a family prays, it becomes protected. When a soul kneels, it rises strengthened. My children, the world is experiencing great spiritual confusion. Many no longer distinguish good from evil, truth from falsehood. What was once recognized as error is now exalted. What was sacred is now despised. Thus, destruction advances silently, corroding values, destroying homes, wounding entire generations. That is why I come to warn you. That is why I insist. That is why I tirelessly call you to prayer and vigilance. Do not wait for evil to manifest itself clearly before reacting. When it becomes visible, many souls have already been wounded. Pray now. Strengthen yourselves now. Return to God now. Every day lived without prayer is a day in which the heart becomes more fragile in the face of the temptations and deceptions of the world. My children, do not despair upon hearing these warnings. They are not an announcement of defeat, but a call to spiritual responsibility. God never abandons His own, but respects the freedom of each heart. Heaven offers protection, grace, and strength, but it is necessary to welcome, respond, and decide. Do not be indifferent to what is revealed to you with so much love. Guard your homes. Protect your families. Do not allow violence, hatred, and confusion to govern your lives. Be instruments of peace, even amidst tribulations. Where there is prayer, evil loses its power. Where there is living faith, destruction does not prevail. I am with you, my children. I walk beside you, I intercede for you, and I continue to call, as in Medjugorje, with patience and love. Listen while there is still time. Pray, convert, strengthen your faith. Evil will not conquer those who remain united to God. My motherly love does not abandon you and will continue to guide you, even in the most difficult times, so that you do not get lost and so that the light of God may never be extinguished in your hearts. In Medjugorje, I have been warning for so long, not to spread fear, but to awaken sleeping consciences. My words are of love and mercy, but they are also a warning. For a mother does not remain silent when she sees her children walking towards danger. The evil that approaches desires to destroy, above all, what is most precious: faith, family, hope, trust in God. It doesn't always come with clear signs, but it infiltrates slowly, normalizing error, relativizing truth, weakening spiritual life. My children, how many no longer pray? How many no longer trust? How many no longer believe that prayer can change anything? Thus the heart grows cold, faith fades little by little, and chaos finds space to grow. I see the world wounded, divided, immersed in wars, disasters, hatred, and indifference. But I also see something even more painful: souls that turn away from God believing they can walk alone. In Medjugorje, I called you to conversion, to penance, to fasting, to reconciliation, to deep prayer. Not as a burden, but as a remedy. The world is spiritually sick, and many seek cures where there is no life. True healing begins with a sincere return to God, in the humility of recognizing that without Him you can do nothing. My children, the evil that seeks to destroy does not begin outside. It begins within. It begins when prayer is set aside, when forgiveness is replaced by resentment, when love is overcome by indifference, when truth is negotiated for convenience. Thus, destruction advances silently, and when many realize it, the heart is already far from God. Pray, my children, because prayer illuminates the mind and strengthens the spirit. A praying heart learns to discern, learns to resist, learns to trust even in the midst of pain. Prayer does not distance you from reality. It gives you strength to face it. Do not think you are too weak or too small. A faithful soul is worth more than distracted multitudes. Do not allow the violence of the world to make you violent. Do not allow hatred to harden you. Do not allow confusion to steal your peace. Evil wants to drag you into the same disorder that governs the world, but you are called to be different, to be light, to be the presence of God in the midst of darkness. My children, take care of your homes. Where there is no prayer, evil finds space. Where there is no dialogue with God, division grows. Make your home a place of retreat, of respect, of inner silence. Do not let the noise of the world dominate your spiritual life. There are many voices speaking, but few lead to the truth. In Medjugorje, I continue to call because there is still time.